our viewers to the visuals that we're seeing in Durban. There's smoke bellowing. It looks like these are fresh fires. I'll come back to you, Masego. Let's take you back to my colleague, Dassen Tathia. Dassen, is this a new fire that we are seeing? Which part of Durban is this?
And please get the wind.
Clement, this is the Springfield Park area now. What you're seeing is fires that have just come up over the last short while. This is one of the malls in the area. The one you're looking at now is called Value Center. You can see it is now starting to spread within almost the center of that block that you're looking at there. Across the road, there is another mall that is situated that's also well alight. That is another building. I think it's called the Home Center, if I'm not mistaken. It's a bit difficult to be perfectly accurate of that building's name from here. But these are new fires that are popping up. This happening while over not far from here, there are still vehicles lined up that are looting from the macro that is across the road from that. Apologies for the obscured vision now. That's because there is smoke, as you mentioned, billowing out, dark black smoke that's billowing out of this building. We're trying to get you as close to this building as possible to show you what's going on. You'll see that most of it is completely trashed. These are two significant areas in the Springfield Park precinct because they have a number of shops that are within these malls that serve the community here and within the vicinity. But right now it looks, from what I can see, that not much of it is going to be salvaged. I did spot some fire trucks not far from here. Two of them, I stand to be corrected, that are not far off from here. But if they need to attend to all of this, I imagine they're going to have quite a bit on their hands, Clement, to make sure that they bring it under control before it spreads much further. Just off to the right, there's that looting frenzy that I was telling you about, which is at the macro building. Here, this is where I was telling you that even things like solar panels were stolen off. People are still walking out with all of this, seemingly oblivious to the fires that are burning just across the road. It seems like right now their focus is only just getting what they can from within these buildings. Clement, I'm sure you'll agree with me, these are heartbreaking visuals because when you look beyond this, you can see what kind of effect this is going to have on this community and the economy in this region.
Yeah, the hangover that you were talking about. You're looking at live visuals from Durban. Our reporter Dassen Tathia doing an incredible job there, giving us this aerial view of the trail of destruction. We were looking at new fires in Springfield Park in Durban. There's a shopping center called the Value Center, and that's the one that is on fire right now. I don't know if you've been counting, Dassen, but this is, again, adds on to the list of warehouses, the list of shops, of shopping centers that, in fact, are on fire this morning.
The most depressing part of all of this is that right now it's become the new normal here. When we are driving home from our shifts at night, we see that even the horizon is just smoky. You can't really see past it, and we know that there's another fire. We've lost count. We've lost count of how many warehouses have been looted, how many shops have been broken into. It's now a case of, I don't even think it's possible to quantify the damage and the impact this soon because it is a moving target. It is constantly changing. Right now, we flew over here a short while ago when we were talking to our colleague Tulas. I was crossing to him earlier on, and when we were having conversations earlier, this was not on fire. We were here to talk about macro and the effect on the looting there, but yet now, just as we fly past, a short while later, we see a new fire. Chances are, when we fly to the CBD, we're going to find something there that we didn't see last night. That is how quickly it's moving. The question, it begs the question, Clement, what next? What happens next when all of these buildings have burnt to the ground, when there are no more fridges and no more stoves? Where to next? It's just like blood has been tasted. And that is the thing that's scares us the most.
Yeah, Dustin, you're right. It begs the question, what is next? And I suppose also another important question is, are the police prepared to deal with what is next? Are they able to preempt through their intelligence services which areas are going to be targeted again? Look at that. Smoke bellowing from one of the shops in Springfield Park. That's another part of Durban. Dustin, when you spoke to my colleague Tulasiza Simelani earlier, the impression we were getting was that Pietermaritzburg was almost like the red zone. But when you look at the trail of destruction you've shown us in Durban this afternoon, it looks like equally these two areas have been affected by this looting and criminality.
I agree completely. It's almost like Durban has been continuous, and we've seen that Pietermaritzburg had quite a few incidents yesterday, and fortunately, from the brief flyover that we did there today, it seems that the activity has calmed down somewhat. Again, just a very cursory glance that we had at the city. But what we're noticing in Durban is that there are new active incidents that are taking place. We've taken you from the north to the west. We're now trying to take you towards the CBD as well as we get away from this area of Springfield Park. And it just seems that that is the problem. You mentioned the police, Clement, just earlier about whether they have a handle on this or not. And I think it has moved beyond just the police, because on that very basic level, it's moved beyond just arrests. Where are all these people going to go to? Which police station is going to house them?
Yeah.
Which court is going to deal with all of these cases? If we had to count the thousands of them, it's moved way beyond that. Now it's a call. It's a call for leadership. It's a call for guidance. That is the only way that there's going to be some sense of normality. The buildings have burnt down. There still needs to be a recovery period. So, Clement, we're now taking you towards the CBD, fortunately moving away from those scenes. But I'm taking you towards the central business district, where we saw some horrible things playing out last night. That was where I was saying to you that even at about midnight, one of the malls there, the workshop, you could see that people were just having their own way there. A police van, a few police officers there, trying to do their work, trying to stop what was going on. And unfortunately, they had their hands full. So you can come back to us, I guess, when we reach the CBD. I've also lost comms with you now, so let's try to re-establish that, and hopefully we can touch base in the next few minutes.
Yes, that's our reporter, Dasan Tatia. You're looking at the visuals now. He's making his way to the central business district now. That's where we'll see another trail of destruction there. These visuals are just devastating, and you wonder what the police meant earlier this morning when they addressed the nation, the security cluster ministers, when they told us that they are in control of the situation on the ground. They are capacitated to deal with the situation on the ground. It seems from the visuals that Dasan is showing us, people are just even oblivious of the fires, of the smoke that's bellowing, and they are continuing on a looting spree. So we'll go back to our colleague Dasan Tatia as soon as he reaches the Durban Central Business District. We'll check out what's happening that side. Let me bring